Norma. How are you? Happy Sunday. Norma, can you hear me? Norma, can you hear me? Oh my God, Norma. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh no, oh no.
Oh Lord. Technical difficulties, Gigi's middle name. Welcome everybody to Giras y Desveladas. While Norma goes back out and in, we're going to show you it's trucking on with new rolas time. So we've got 2 new releases we've got to show you. And here's our video drop for our first video release from Brenda Blanco. Here we go. I'll get you on, Norma, in a little bit. Wait.
Hola, soy Brenda Blanco y estás viendo Giras y Desveladas con Gigi Guerrero y Norma Salazar. Aquí te presento mi nueva rola, Tu enemigo eres tú. Gracias.
So that's Brenda Blanco, and let's listen to what Brenda Blanco's got to say in her new release. Enemigo eres tú. We met her out there at the
Fanfare.
Yeah, the radio gala. That was awesome. All right, here she is.
Eras tú el que decía que yo te mentí, te la pasabas buscando para encontrarme algo. Sin embargo, en toda historia, el que se la siempre tiene cola, viviendo atormentado por cosas que ni han pasado. Qué afán de destruir lo que tanto habías deseado. Lo tenías todo y lo hiciste a un lado. Tú buscando enemigos, cuando tu enemigo fuiste tú. Tu enemigo no fui yo, siempre fuiste tú mismo. Tu enemigo en el espejo lo veías tú solito. Te inventabas escenarios que no existían, convertías cada duda en profecía. El veneno que me dabas tú lo bebías, me culpabas de tus miedos día con día. Qué afán de destruir lo que tanto habías deseado. Lo tenías todo y lo hiciste a un lado. Tú buscando enemigos, cuando tu enemigo fuiste tú. Tu enemigo no fui yo, siempre fuiste tú mismo. Tu enemigo en el espejo lo veías tú solito. Y en la soledad de tu dolor descubriste que tu error mató nuestro amor. Pero ya no, bebé, ya no. Hoy no, ya no.
And that was Brenda Blanco. Wasn't
Love that song. I love it.
So awesome. So here's what Brenda Blanco did. She's like, I'm going to go collab with somebody else. And so she did. So look at what happened here.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? We are Los Arcos Hermanos Peña. And we would like to invite y'all to download our newest single, Las Cuentas Claras, Los Arcos Hermanos Peña and Brenda Blanco. It will be showcasing this Sunday on Las Giras y Desveladas. Don't miss it. ¿Qué tal, mis amigos?
Woohoo! How'd you like that? Saludos to Los Arcos Hermanos Peña. So Brenda Blanco goes and collabs with them. So here we go. We're going to watch Brenda Blanco again, but this time with Los Arcos Hermanos Peña.
Yeah.
See, let's get this going. Here we go. I think. Yes. Gigi, what happened? Where'd it go? Oh my goodness. All right. Hold on, guys.
Que te las voy a pagar. Andas diciendo por ahí lo que por mí tú sufriste. Que te quieres desquitar, de alguna forma cobrar lo que por mí tú perdiste. ¿Y qué culpa tengo yo si a ti nunca te gustó mi manera de querer? Si yo soy una mujer y tú no supiste ser lo que debe ser un hombre, qué fácil es saber cuando el cariño se acaba. Y que me quieres cobrar si nunca me diste nada. Mas si quieres terminar y de una vez aclarar con lo que tú andas diciendo, las cuentas ven a saldar, verás que en vez de cobrar me sales debiendo. Las cuentas ven a saldar, verás que en vez de cobrar a mí me sales debiendo. Qué fácil es saber cuando el cariño se acaba. Y que me quieres cobrar si nunca me diste nada. Mas si quieres terminar y de una vez aclarar con lo que tú andas diciendo, las cuentas ven a saldar, verás que en vez de cobrar me sales debiendo. Las cuentas ven a saldar, verás que en vez de cobrar a mí me sales debiendo.
All right. Who needs a drink?
Hey, I
my
love the
goodness.
harmony in that music. The
It's
harmony
beautiful.
was so just flowed.
Oh, yeah. And
Yes.
saludos to Brenda, of course, Brenda Blanco and our friends at Los Arcos Hermanos Peña. I mean, that was awesome. And keep up the awesome work, Brenda. We're watching you. We're listening. So keep it up. Awesome. So, Miss Norma Salazar, today is a very special day.
That it is.
It's super special day. We have someone that actually when Giras y Desveladas first started, I was interviewing the legends. It was called Tejano Legends and the Stories of the Road. And that was the initial like 60s, 70s legends, right? But there's a different batch of legends. Maybe they should have categories or by decades, I don't know. But there's the legends from the 80s, 90s, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we happen to have one of those legends with us today. And if you don't know her story, you need to know her story. Now, when our legends, our pioneers first started Tejano music, they traveled all over the United States, what they call the migrant tours, because they followed the migrants, farm workers all over the
Mm-hmm.
United States, right? So they
Right.
were all over the United States. But this guest of ours not only has been all over the United States, she's actually been all over the planet, like the world. And if you didn't know this about this woman, she's actually beyond amazing, not only with her degrees, her education, with the way she holds herself, with her talent, with everything about her is something to be proud of as a Hispanic woman. And I'm proud, so proud to have her on the show. But just to let you know, in case you're wondering who the heck am I talking about, here's just a little bit of where she's, I don't know, where she's been, maybe where you might have seen her.
Show de Gianni Canales.
Yeah.
Mucho gusto que estés aquí con nosotros en la cadena Univisión y pues otras partes de la República Mexicana, ¿eh?
Gracias, Johnny. Mis amigos y mi grupo tenemos mucho orgullo y honor para estar con su show. Muchísimas
Alright.
gracias.
Pues nos da mucho gusto y gracias a Sabino Hidalgo que aquí anda porque hay dos grupos de wea latina, Patsy Torres y Lalo y sus descalzos que ahorita van a seguir después de Patsy Torres. Y esto es el grupo. La otra vez que tuviste el show viniste sola y tú querías mencionar los nombres de todos los muchachos.
Sí, por favor.
Bueno, vamos a ver aquí. Vamos a principiar con el güero de los keyboards. Ándale.
Sí, es James Morgan en los keyboards.
James Morgan. Hey, we got a white boy here. All right, you got it. Thank you.
En el bajo, Julian Escobedo. En la batería, Joe Vázquez. En el acordeón, Daniel Gallegos. En la guitarra, Carl de León.
All right, amigos, ahí tienen todo el grupo de Patsy Torres. Seguro que sí, naturalmente.
Oh, mi esposo y mi manager, Mr. David Lucero.
Ándale, no lo dejes afuera. Hoy están celebrando 3 años, ¿verdad?
Sí, 3 años.
Well, that's good. Congratulations, guys. Yeah, hay que mandarle un saludo al padre Elizondo de por allá de la catedral, ¿verdad? Y es Bishop Flores, ¿verdad?
No, Padre Elizondo,
No, y también
Archbishop Flores de San Antonio también, sí.
ellos nos miran los programas de Gianni Canales. Patsy Torres estuvimos con ella haciendo en la Virgen de Guadalupe, ahí en San Antonio, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Este año no pude estar con el Father Elizondo, pero, o sea, el año pasado, pero este año, si Dios quiere, ahí estaremos con ustedes.
Dios quiere.
All right. Así es que, mis amigos, usted quiere cassettes de Patsy Torres, una de las mejores cantantes que tenemos de la onda tejana y música chicana y música internacional, wea latina, Warner Brothers, usted puede encontrarlo ahí. ¿Algo otra cosa? Este fue un anuncio político pagado ¿por quién?
Muchísimas gracias. Muchísimas gracias por su show.
You got it. La siguiente selección se llama puras canciones de amor.
¿Sí?
A ver, ¿cómo se llama esta?
Esta canción se llama Amor con Amor se paga. Es el título del nuevo LP.
All right. I think enough said. This is an iconic, legendary Tejano artist. Welcome to Giras y Desveladas, Dr. Patsy Torres.
Hi, guys.
Yes. Saludos, Dr. Patsy Torres. And like I mentioned, many people might not know your history, where you came from, but that's just a little. I mean, you were with the legendary Gianni Canales, and the
Yeah.
way he introduced you says it all, I think.
I did so many shows for him. I did.
Yes,
I was on
yes.
there a lot. Yeah.
Yes. And so, welcome to Giras y Desveladas.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. I did my research, as I do with our legends,
Ooh.
because you fall into that category of our legends, and
Most definitely.
and that's when not now. you know, we all get caught up in our own little world and what we're doing. And yes, we know about Patsy Torres. Okay, she's now Dr. Patsy Torres, but we don't know the full story. So there's a Wikipedia about Patsy Torres. And that's where I found out. And if you all want to find out about Patsy Torres, which is something we all need to do, because she is, I believe, somebody to look up to, somebody that's a great representative of us as Hispanics, as Mexican Americans or Americans of Mexican descent, whatever you want to call yourself.
Yeah.
I think she's a great representative of who we are. And so, Patsy Torres, welcome and talk to us.
Thank you. Well, actually, the best thing to do is go to my website,
There you go.
patsytorres.com, because that's my latest bio, videos, music, photos, all the kind of stuff I'm doing. So that's where you want to go. And you can get my music there. You can download it there. You can buy CDs.
Let me put it on the chat. It's patsytorres.com.
Yes.
All right.
So that's where to go for my latest bio and what's really going on.
All right. So, I mean, so talk to us. How did you end up? And now I'm sure that there's plenty of history. And I'm going to just sum it up real quick. You were not planning to be a singer. You were
Correct.
playing trumpet for a band. And the singer was out and they said, hey, you know, can you fill in? And that was the beginning of a new beginning for you. So
Kind of, sort of.
okay, so talk to us. Tell us about your history, because this is something that is being documented as we speak. Because
I know.
yeah, this is historic, honestly.
On your show.
I know. Yay.
Well, actually, I wanted to be a medical doctor like my grandfather, Dr. William Torres. That was my passion since I was 5 years old. That was the plan. And so all the years went by. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a doctor, because he was a healer. The patients loved him. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to heal like he did, you know. And so, but when I got into junior high, my sister started playing saxophone, and that made no difference to me. But then she was getting out of class all the time for band camp and pep rallies, and I was like, oh, I want to get out of class too. so so my grandfather was also a musician, played classical guitar, played piano. He had a closet full of he played violin. He had a closet full of instruments. He had an old trumpet, and I was like, I'll play that, because I want. And I got into the band and I practiced real hard, and I caught up and got into, you know, we went to high school. I got into the marching band, stage band, jazz band, made it to all city band on my trumpet.
Cool.
And we went ahead and put together a little group for a talent show at school. And when we won, we were like, wow, we should like do like dances and stuff and make money. So we gave ourselves a name, Blue Harmony, and we started playing for little dances. And next thing you know, quinceaneras and weddings, we got better and better. But when we graduated, my sister got married and she left. She was a great sax player, by the way. Oh, she was great. But she left, got married, started having kids, and some of the guys left. So the new guys came in, and because we had a big brass section, because we were playing, all the Tejano I knew was on trumpet. We were playing Latin Breed and Royal Jesters, even Sonny Ozuna, Little Joe. You know, I played all that on trumpet.
You were jamming.
But on trumpet. But when these new guys came in, we said, we don't need this big old brass section, because that's when Moss was hitting with just keys, you know. Says, all we need is one keyboard player. Get rid of all these brass and we make a lot more money. So I was on the chopping block. That's what happened. And I just started at San Antonio College with my pre-med, you know, and I'm paying for my apartment and all this. I'm like, what am I going to do? I mean, I got a job at Taco Bell, only last 2 weeks. Still like those enchiladas, though. No, but I was like, what am I going to do? And I guess they felt sorry for me, gave them the puppy eyes, like, oh my God. And they said, well, maybe if you could sing a little bit, you know, a lot of these, because we were a cover band, a lot of these cover bands, they have girls. Maybe we could try you out, see if it works out, you know. But I would still play my trumpet. I'd play my trumpet with the keyboard player, and then I would sing harmonies, and then finally I would sing one song to begin with. Yeah, and that I was like, okay, that's the song. My one song when I got when I got discovered by a Tejano promoter. And it went from there. Next thing you know, I got record deals and we're getting #1 hits, and it caused the band to break up. But then half the band made different band, and the other half said, Patsy, let's make your band. You got a record deal, you got gigs. I was like, okay, because I was going to just quit and go to back, straight school. But the guys talked me into it. So I was like, okay. And I'd go to interviews. I'd say, so tell me about you. I said, I'm a trumpet player that's going to be a doctor, because I did not consider myself a singer for the longest time. I was just like, okay, I got a record deal, but
It goes a different way to actually be a singer, because you behind your trumpet, you're behind your instrument, and that's kind of like a little safety.
yeah, and I'd be in the back.
Yeah.
I would go in the back and play the horn, and then they're like, okay, it's your turn. I have to go in the front. I was like, oh no, I gotta sing now.
Yeah.
But the people were so warm. I guess they were used to that. Not that many groups had girls. They're like, ay, qué linda, esa chiquitita que está cantando, ay. And I'm like, thank you. Go back, run in the back, get my horn.
So let me ask you a question, and this is in your younger years or teenage years. Were you a chatty person? Because you're very bubbly.
Yeah, I guess I had you might say I had a gang when I was in junior high and high school. Well, elementary, started in elementary. I just had like a group of girls, We even got jackets and put a name on it, We're all bad.
Man, that's called a gang, man. You weren't a gang.
So I had a gang of girls following me. I gave them all nicknames, They didn't get to keep their name. I gave them nicknames. My nickname
La
was
Chore, la whatever.
I had Fawn. I had there was Bimbo, Donut, Fawn, Croaker,
Oh,
Tigger,
man. Yeah.
What was yours?
Pinto.
Pinto?
Because
Why
I love
Pinto?
horses. I loved
Oh,
horses.
okay.
And I love like a Pinto horse, a black and white Pinto. And I love Pinto. So I was Pinto. I still have a classmate that still calls me Pinto.
Wow.
And my teachers would call me Pinto. Because I would sign my at the end, I would draw a little face of a little horse. And then I would say, have a nice day, Pinto. I remember my teacher going, Pinto. Good times. Good times.
Yeah, those are fun memories. I mean,
School was fun. School was fun.
Yeah.
See, that's something no one's ever known. So Gigi, Norma.
Now we know.
Hey,
An exclusive here on
hey, I got to
I
write
was
this
a
down in my
gang
planner.
leader.
Pinto.
No.
Now we know that Patsy Torres was a gang leader.
No, don't
Throwing
make me.
signs all over the place.
Don't be in Las Vegas and we yell Pinto.
I'll be like, what?
You're right.
Escort them out, please.
Wow. I've never said that on an interview before, girls. First time. First
Oh,
time.
sweet.
Now
We
you
did it. We were talking about that. We were talking about things that no one has ever heard.
Well,
exactly.
see, that's why Gigi warned you.
Yes, and that's
I'm
okay.
gonna pull out the stuff.
So then you get the recording deal. You become Patsy Torres, not Pinto. And and you actually were part of the golden era. I mean,
yes.
you were, I mean, besides Laura Canales, there really wasn't many female singers, and you were the one who started stepping up along with Selena. Name the people that was your cohort, shall we say.
The one that I really heard the most was Laura Canales, and I met her, and I was just like, oh, because to me she was the main one. And when she met me, she called me the Chicana Madonna.
Yeah.
Because I was doing all those covers with the other band. So I was wearing spandex and headbands and gloves and lace, and
I
all
had that
stuff.
picture. Darn, I should have put it up.
Yeah,
automatically.
And she saw me, she goes, Chicana Madonna. And then Lisa Lopez also. I remember because she was singing before when I was still playing trumpet. It was the only ones I remember is Lisa and Laura. And then later on, Elsa came along.
Right.
And then Janie
What
There was a
Ramirez.
there was another one in that era too, but I
Janie
can't remember
Ramirez.
her name.
There was another lady that played accordion, and she was really good. And I kept calling her Cella. That was not her name, though. And I kept calling her that. I was wondering why she was getting mad at me. But I thought she was great. But I can't remember. That's why I still say the wrong name, Cella.
Saludos to Chela.
Yeah, but there was, and then later on, there was I met Shelly. She was 10 years old. And
Boy.
I'd only been singing like a couple of years myself, but because I was older, it just like hit. I mean, just everything happened so fast. So fast. The record deal and then sponsorships, and tours. And it was like, oh my gosh. It was just so fast. And I was thinking, oh, this is the way it is. You're on the radio instantly. Oh, you have a number one hit. Oh, instantly. I was taking it for granted actually.
So
Because
in that era, with those young ladies, because they're not old, they're beautiful young ladies still. Um, what did you learn about teamwork, camaraderie, any of that?
I guess because, like I said, I was a gang leader.
We,
Right away,
right
I
here, you
got
heard it here
along.
first in Giras y Desveladas.
I was friendly with all the girls, and then like when I met Shelly, Shelly would come to my shows. I'd always bring her on stage. I made friends with her parents. And when I met Selena, it was the same thing. And then I'm the one that introduced Selena and Shelly together
Oh,
because
wow.
they met coming to see me. So then we'd
Oh,
be in
how
the
cool.
bathroom. We'd go in the bathroom. Let's go, girls. We'd be in the bathroom and I'd start telling jokes, and we'd be laughing and laughing. And I go, come, give me some new jokes. And they were like, we don't know any. I go, so I'm the one giving you all your jokes, and you don't give me anything. And we're in there, la, da, 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 da. But then before you know it, we hear Mr. Quintanilla, Selena. He didn't want her out of her sight, out of his sight.
Oh, man.
But so we were
Especially
like,
with a gang leader like you. He knew.
so we were like the three amigas, just talking and having a great time, and I made friends with all the girls. I met, Michelle, Laura Linda back then. And I made friends with all of them. So they had this big concert in Dallas. And it was like, I guess like a diva concert, but they didn't call it divas. I forget what they called
I
it.
don't think that word
Something.
was even around back then, was
No,
it?
it wasn't.
Mm-mm.
And all these ladies were in there, and there was a bunch of ladies. And a lot of them, I don't know where they are now. But they take me to the room, and it was a pretty big room, and they had like snacks and everything for us, but like before the show. And all the ladies had their backs to each other, and nobody was talking to anybody. And I just walked in like, and right away I started recognizing people. So I go up there, hey, how you doing? Da, da, da. And then I go to the next one, and the one I was talking to would just turn her back and ignore everyone else. And so I was making the rounds, hi, hey, hey, yeah, that's a hi, hey, no, no, no. But then they didn't start talking to each other. Once
Oh.
I talked and walked by, they just turned their backs on each other again. I was
Mm.
like, and I remember going to radio interviews, and they would be like, so is so and so, you have cat fights, and are you competitors? I was like, competitors? I go, we're not boxers, come on, we're sisters, we're all together in this.
Yeah, you're on the same
And there were
business.
always men DJs always asking that, like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
come on, tell us. I'm like,
Yeah. Trying to
no,
dig
Hey,
out the dirt.
you gotta go to the wrestling ringside. That's where you can
yeah,
find out.
hmm,
But
yeah.
that just shows you how classy you were, because to get them as a women to get together and to intermix with each other and show them the common grounds that they're
Yeah.
singers, they're artists to become artists, beautiful artists,
And to
you know.
share what we're going through, all the
Mhm.
obstacles, because the biggest obstacles was probably the men. Because we're,
Yes.
we're talking about the promoters and the DJs and the companies. I mean, everything they wanted to, couch casting and stuff. And I
Yes.
got those indecent proposals. And the first time I got one, I was in shock. I was like, I remember just getting like numb, this feeling of numbness all over me because I didn't have a manager and I was alone.
Yeah.
I was estranged from my family, so I had nobody.
Oh.
So they saw me as fresh meat.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, there's no father or no manager, nobody, no, just you. I'm like, yes. And they're like, In fact, because I would always be smiling all the time. And then I learned that they thought my smiling was like that I was an airhead or something, because I was always, hi, yes,
Yeah.
But then when I got that first indecent proposal, I was like, what? And then
Yeah.
just numb and shock, like, is this really happening? And they're dangling a hotel key in front of my face
Oh my God.
and saying, let's go upstairs. And I go, why?
Oh.
So, oh, we could watch television. I go, why?
Netflix and chill.
Yeah. And I just said, and he goes, uh, don't play dumb. And he goes, you know why? And I go, I can't do that. He
Yeah.
goes like, what? He goes, all the girls are doing it. All of them do it. You have to. And he named some of them, and I was like, "Mm." and I said, well, he goes, if you don't, you're not going to make it. And I just said, I guess I'm not going to make it. And he goes,
Pass.
you're serious? No. I go, no, I want to go home. He's
Yeah.
like, okay. And he's driving me back, and he drops me off, and I walk in, and I'm like, and then I start thinking, wait a minute. Who does he think he is? It's just like something starts building up on me, this anger. I'm like, how dare he? Ugh. So then he calls me about an hour later. Hello. Well, you know what? We reconsidered that maybe it was I. Never mind. How dare you talk to me like that? And he was like, I was like a different person. He was like, oh. And then I was like, I don't have anything to do with you. I don't do that. And I yelled and screamed at him because I was so angry. I felt like,
Yeah.
how dare you?
Yes.
And later on, that record company flopped completely. They dropped out a long time ago.
Yes.
And I went on, never having to. And anytime I got another indecent proposal, I was like, right
Yeah.
away. I
You
wasn't
see,
scared.
thank you for talking about that because
Yes.
because we have a new uh
Yeah,
influx of
yeah.
female artists coming
New
in.
generation, yes.
Many. We've had many on our show. Beautiful, talented female artists. And sadly, probably going through the same thing
Yes.
that,
They
and it's
don't have to do it. They
Right.
don't have to do it.
no. And
Because if you've got that God, and it's a God-given talent.
Amen,
To have that
sister.
voice and the music, it's a
Amen.
God-given talent. So you don't let someone else just bludgeon it like that and make
no,
it
Right.
dirty. Don't do
yes,
that. It's a beautiful talent, and you can do it. You don't need to show your body. You don't need to do anything with anybody that, oh, they're going to make you a star or something. No,
And
I've
see,
never had to do that.
and that's where it's good to have you as an example, and Elsa Garcia. You guys are, you women, not you guys, you women are strong and been through the process to stand for them and say, hey, your voice is your gift.
yeah,
Remember, that is your gift. Use it, and
And
use
it's
it
a
to the
gift you're supposed to lift other people with. It's
right.
not just like, oh, look at me on stage. This is because girls will tell me that, because I've had like, oh, even parents will bring me their girls, and stuff like that. Over the years, they wanted me to help them. And sometimes these little girls can't sing. What can you do? They're pretty, but they can't sing. And then they're, wearing real skimpy outfits. And then, they said, well, what is it you want? She goes, I want to be on the stage. I want people screaming my name. And I don't want to make a lot of money and maybe retire by the time I'm 30. I'm like,
wow,
well, how's that giving back to people?
yeah,
The music, this is something we move people with. We make people cry. We make people think. We make people aware of things. We make them happy. We make them move. Just that's our,
let them feel things maybe they don't allow themselves to feel.
yes.
Let
And
me
it's
ask
all in
you
the
a question.
interpretation. Uh-huh.
Let me ask you a question. What would you have been if you weren't an artist
A
now?
doctor, a
Doctor.
medical doctor. Oh yeah.
Completely? That wasn't your second choice? What was your
I
second choice?
I no, I was going to be a doctor. I was going
Wow.
to be a pediatrician because I
Okay.
even worked at a hospital one whole summer, and I
Oh,
was there, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. I
oh,
volunteered, and because my grandfather is a doctor, The nurses took me under their wing. They even let me wear a white jacket with a stethoscope hanging instead of like the candy stripes had to. So I didn't have to change, bedpans or anything like that or take out the trash. They let me walk around like that. And they like, come on to this part. They're doing a surgery. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. They take me to, this is physical therapy. This is pediatrics. This is the emergency room. They took me to places they shouldn't have taken me. But they loved my grandfather and they liked me right away. Oh, she's going to be a doctor like her grandfather, Dr. Torres. So they let me go. And I was like, after seeing everything, I was like, I want to be a pediatrician. That was a part I picked because I was going to be a doctor. My grandfather was a general practitioner, so he did everything, surgery and babies and everything.
So, yeah.
And he was from
wow.
Mexico. He was from Mexico.
Wow.
Wow.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, you do got a gift of healing. Your music is your healing powers. So
Yes.
you're still doing it, doctor. You're still doing your work.
And God made my dream come true because when I got my degree in science and I couldn't do both anymore, when I got my first degree, which was in science, and I sat down with my grandfather because it was too hard doing both. I couldn't go to school and be in the band because I'd get home at 4 a.m, after performing, and then I had a 7:30 inorganic chemistry class in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
I remember there was a guy in the class that would call me vulture eyes because my eyes were blood red. I'd be like, shut up. Ah. He later proposed to me because he didn't mind it that much. He's a doctor now. He's a doctor. But when I talked to my grandfather about, okay, I can't do both anymore. He's like, you're right. You can't. It's too much. Because I wasn't doing enough in my studies. I could have been doing better grades. And then the music, I wasn't doing everything either because I
El
was,
que abarca mucho, poco aprieta,
you know,
is the saying. El
yeah.
que abarca mucho,
Wow.
poco aprieta.
So what do you think my grandfather said?
Go sing.
What do you think he said?
Take the music.
He said, Chiquitita, you have a God-given gift.
Aww.
He said, and I had started speaking at schools about stay in school and the importance of education. He goes, you're making a difference. You're doing preventative medicine. You can be a doctor of the spirit. You should sing. And I was like, what?
Aww.
I know him more than anybody wanted me to be a doctor. But
Wow.
sometimes God speaks through other people.
Yeah.
You know? And I guess then I realized, I guess, well, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, that's when I started my Positive Force tour, which was touring high schools, talking to kids about staying in school, getting out of gangs, quitting drugs, stop the bullying, stop the racism, get along with your parents, go on to college.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah.
All right, we
That
skipped
is-
the part about you traveling around the world, Patsy. Dr. Patsy Torres.
Well, that was part of it. In fact, I was doing all of that. I started touring the world right before I started my Positive Force. And the first tour was Hawaii, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, Okinawa, Guam. Oh, it was beautiful. After that, we got tours in Europe, and it was Germany, Italy, Spain, Greece, Turkey. Later on, it was China.
I love
it,
it.
it
You've been
was,
to all those places.
I love it. And when you go those other places, you realize the United States, we're just little babies.
Mhm.
Over there,
Yeah.
we went to ruins that were thousands and thousands of years BC, and here we are, just this, this little fledgling country
Yeah.
with all these different cultures and genres, and which should make us stronger, and we always were. But right
It
now,
widened your perspective.
oh, and we would make friends with the locals. I'd learn a little bit of the language. Every country I went to, just enough that they would think I was a local, and they go, blah, 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 blah. I go, American.
No, I'm just asking where the restroom is.
I know.
What was your favorite country that you've seen?
Oh my gosh. They were
Out of
all so special in so many ways. I went to Turkey twice.
okay.
That was beautiful. And boy, I always got mistaken for Turkish when I was there. I was teşekkür ederim, abla, teşekkür ederim. Say a few words, and I looked Turkish and I looked Palestinian, they told me.
Yeah.
When I was there. I was like, "Oh." I was in
Well,
Italy. They thought I was Italian. I was on a bus, and I'm on the bus, and a lady is, "Oh, no, I think she was asking directions, and I was like, American," and she was, "Oh,
Española.
¿qué dice?" No, but it's very
Wow.
similar to Spanish, so I
Now,
could
and who was
kind of understand
sponsoring
them.
those travels, those events?
The first one was the Air Force. It was called PACAF. The other ones were DOD, and then the last one to China, that was through actually Texas. Went as an ambassador of China, and I represented Tejano music, mariachi music, and country music. So I performed
Wow.
all three things for them there, and they went crazy over it. They love it. They were, oh, China. Well, China was totally awesome. China was. They took us to the panda reserve. We saw
Oh,
the pandas and the baby pandas. And,
oh, wow.
Well, thank
that
you
was beautiful.
for remembering our service people. Thank
Oh
you.
yes. No, I'm always working with different organizations, for our vets. And we visited all of the different bases. I mean, they would cry, because they were so happy to see someone from down home. And everywhere we went, Germany, they loved Tejano music also, because of course the accordion started there.
Yes.
So
Polka,
they
polka, polka.
loved it, and they love Elvis over there.
Oh,
Because
wow.
Elvis was stationed in
Yes.
Germany. And the promoter said, if you do an Elvis song, they'll really like it.
Which one did you do?
So I was like, I'll see what I can do. So
Like her voice.
I did Don't Be Cruel. So I was like, and my band did it. I was like, oh, don't be cruel to a heart that's true. And they're like,
Well, wow, what cool stories.
it's
Oh my
so
God.
fun. It was
Yes.
awesome.
Now those are
Would you ever consider or do that again to show the young artists
Of
like doing
course.
something like
In a
that?
heartbeat. Oh, I'd love to go overseas again. In fact, they were talking about us going overseas, to the Mid East, but that's when stuff started happening, back
Yeah.
then, and they were like, no, women can't go over there. No, it's too dangerous. And
Hmm.
so, we kind of stayed put for a while, and then, COVID comes along, so that was another thing, stopping thing.
fun
And I
times,
was,
fun times.
so that stopped my school shows for a while, but then once COVID was over, I started doing it. It was just, it stopped everything really. And then the shootings, the school shootings. So then they go, we don't want a big band up here in our school. We don't know who could sneak in. And
Yeah, so I encountered that where everybody in the band members all had to go through background checks and all. It's like, you know what? I don't know if it's even worth
And I
it.
had 16 people because we had a 50-foot rig full of equipment, lights, pyrotechnics, special effects, props. Then we had our bus. I had 6 dancers. I had the band, and then I had crew guys and drivers. So there was this big old giant entourage coming in, taking over the school. And so now you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, things have changed. I'm gonna have to pause and say hi to. I want to thank everybody that's coming into Giras y
Oh yeah,
Desveladas.
thank you.
Saludos, everybody. We've got Antonio Villalobos, my cousin Vicky V. Limon, Roy Arriaga, George Vences, Veronica
Roy. Roy's the one that set this up.
yeah. Let's see. Roy Arriaga, Dorothy Martinez, Alberto Resendiz, Roger J. Llanas, who else? Let's see. But I have to and guys, if I missed your name, so sorry. But
You're right, sure.
there's so many coming in. Really appreciate
Anna.
everybody coming in. Miguel Angel Perez, Jonathan and Criselda Damas, which is the Chrissy E.
Yes, Christy.
Danny Noyola, Papuchi de Cuba. Saludos,
Yeah.
Papuchi.
Oh, Papuchi.
Gracias for coming in. Mercy
Laila Mendoza.
Laila Mendoza, Rick Valderramas, saludos.
Rick.
Ambrose, Peter Peterman from, where was he? From Pennsylvania. Saludos, thank you for coming in.
Mercy
Adrian
Perez.
Bajo Bandit Puente, Ana V. Castillo, Mary Hopkins. I mean, and the list goes on, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. And again, yes, thank you all. Ana Castillo, let's see. I think I've got everybody. If I don't, gosh, please forgive me. But thank y'all for coming in to Heather, Jolene Alcantar, saludos from
Yeah.
Alcantar Music. Belen Ruby was also in here. Brenda Blanco said thank you when we did. Brenda Blanco, you're doing awesome. Uh,
Congratulations, Brenda.
yes, that is awesome work that you're doing. And Mia Grupo Mia.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, Louise. I want. If I missed
Lisa
anybody, I said I'm sorry.
Trevino.
So everybody coming in, we really appreciate it.
Thank
We have,
you.
and if you missed the introduction, this woman is somebody to be proud of,
Mhm.
as not only just for our genre, Tejano music, but also as a people, as Hispanics, as women, as Hispanic women. I think you are someone to be looking up to, not only because you have been successful and you're a great entertainer and artist, but also because you've dedicated your life to your own education, and that is leading by example, and that's the best
Yeah.
way.
As
So
the oldest of five children, I was always told that to just set an example for the young ones, and as adults too. You too. We are setting examples every day for
yes,
someone else.
yeah,
We are all books, and everyone writes a page in our book, and we write a page in their books. So I
yes,
always take responsibility of things I do and say, and I try to say and do the right thing. I was sponsored by Bud Light for 2 years, and I don't drink beer. But of course, my band was so happy, they were like, it was awesome. We got all this swag and money and posters, and then I was getting fan letters, and I got this one fan letter, and like, oh, I love you, and I love your music, and blah blah blah, blah, and I drink Bud Light, and blah blah blah, and I'm 13, and I went, oh my god, and then I thought, what am I doing? I mean, I don't drink beer, and I'm getting a 13-year-old to drink beer because she thinks I do.
oh,
So that's when I stopped from that.
See,
wow,
I'm glad that you're bringing that up because a lot of the artists, they don't realize how much they are
Influence. Yes.
influenced on this
Yes.
generation. Artists need to be more responsible in some sense
Yes.
of looking at how their image is before they go out there, because there's going to be maybe a 6-year old that's in the front and wanting to be the next artist like them, and then they're picking up all these things that they don't need to be picking up you
I
know
remember when Shelly was first started following me, and she was wearing the headband and everything.
I remember that.
Remember?
Ooh.
Because I wore them. I wore them for the longest time until they were so out of style I couldn't wear them
Well,
anymore.
hello, Olivia Newton-John. Let's get physical.
Oh
She was. That
yeah.
was like the
But
end
see,
thing.
but it was practical because the
Yes,
headband kept the sweat out of
sweat
my
out
of
of your
your
eyes.
eye.
eyes,
Now
yeah.
I got to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now
Just
And
it
last
just keeps
night,
the hair out.
a lot of people don't know that a lot of things that are done by artists is not necessarily for viewing pleasure or part of the show. They're just practical things you got to do. Like one example, sometimes I started wearing gloves to hold a microphone because there was some kind of bad connection and I would get shocked every time. So it was I was trying to be fancy. No, I was not trying to be fancy. I was trying not to get shocked by holding the microphone. So
I
there's a
used to
lot of
wear gloves all the time. I still have them. I have lace ones, all different colors and lengths and everything.
yeah.
I
Well,
still
I
have
mean
them.
they're nice. They're nice, but they also have a practical purpose.
Yes, they do. Even when you cover your sweat.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So, what was your hardest difficult time being in the business? What was like
Uh,
the worst time for you?
it was fighting off some of these, you know, indecent proposals. And then people start spreading rumors. Like, for instance, there was a picture of me with little Joe and this little boy that was a mariachi singer. And people were like, fíjate, she had that child with little Joe.
Oh
Stuff like that.
wow.
Or I was on TV because I was doing stuff with the DARE program, Say No to Drugs and everything. And they saw me on TV, and the sheriffs were there, and they gave me a jacket. Anyway, some lady says on the on the air on a radio station saying, fíjate, you know that Patsy Torres talks about drugs and she was being arrested. I saw her on TV with the police. She was being arrested for drugs. It's like, and then, oh my gosh. And then because I turned down all these guys, they start saying, she must be gay. That's what it is. She's gay. So then that got
Obviously.
started spreading. So
Wow.
when I was with a different record
Not that there's
company,
anything wrong with that.
exactly. I've got tons of friends,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I am who I am. And
Yeah.
when I got married, then they start saying, oh, well, he must be a beard. I mean, just because, their pride was so hurt because I guess they got so many yeses, they couldn't stand a no.
Yeah, and that's one thing that, and I'm glad that you're mentioning it, just to put it out there to all our female artists, the ones that are coming out there and the ones that are thinking about it. You are gonna get those
Yeah.
indecent proposals. You are gonna get the disrespect for simply being a female. It's there.
And now with social media, in fact, some of these, like we were talking about the new generation, they've talked to me and like, oh, they're telling me this and they're telling me that. And I said, just block them, unfriend them and block them. I said, they wouldn't be telling you this because this was like other singers attacking her. And I said,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be doing that if they didn't think that you were competition, that you were,
Right.
that you were a threat to them. I said,
Right.
so look at it that way. Just cut them off. You don't need them telling you that kind of stuff. Just cut them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let it bring you down. You're like, you think? I go, yes, you're talented. You're a good songwriter. You're a good singer. Just ignore them, you know? So,
Yeah.
and because people are so brave now on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They
I
can
know.
they can hide behind the phone, but remember,
Mhm.
people, remember, we could see your name or your code.
Oh yeah, I look them up
Hello.
right away. I'm looking
You
them.
know,
Who is
hello.
this? Before I
Who's this?
Thanks.
Before I block you, who is this?
yeah. I'm like, oh no wonder. You
You
and your
got two
5 friends.
friends. No, right. You and your 5 friends can be blocked.
I
And
think,
It's crazy.
but I
and
mean,
what,
it comes with that risk. To being an artist and being in the public eye comes with that risk. You just have
Yes.
to prepare
yes.
yourself for it.
Mhm.
Know that it's going to happen because it is. I think that's part of human nature. To that the chismes and I mean, people make stuff up. Like you said,
Oh,
they
I
see one
know.
picture, they literally out of nowhere they make their own story, and as long as you know that that is going to happen and you prepare yourself mentally for it, you're good.
Because the truth lies, they end up dying
Yeah.
because there's no basis. So they end up dying. And I'm because just it was a few years ago, and I was talking to one of my friends. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so glad that finally they stopped telling rumors." She goes, "Really? I just heard this one." I was like, "What?" She told me when I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Just
But
when I
that's
thought
where,
it was over, but I was like, "Eh,
but it's a lesson learned. Don't feed the fire.
yeah."
Put it out.
Yeah, just
You
ignore
know.
it. Just ignore it.
But if I do see something, I will address it right away. If I actually see it, or you know, I can confront
Okay,
these people, I
Patsy,
will.
are you a fighter or a lover? I don't know.
She's a
You got
she's a
that
gang member.
feistiness in
Hello,
you.
she's the leader of
You.
a gang, Norma.
I know.
For those I love, but I guess I am a fighter. Yeah. When
But
I was the grand marshal for the Fiesta Flambeau, uh, and it's a big honor here. It was their 75th anniversary, and I was a grand marshal, and so they posted on the newspaper and all this. Well, some of these white people are like, "Why are you getting her?" you know,
Oh no.
why should she be it? All these racist people, and like goes, why don't you get a job at Dollar General or stuff like that? And I
Oh.
saw it, I was like, oh, because I'm
for
here. And
him.
then one of them was like, oh, I was just kidding. I'm a big fan. And the other was, they shut up. And there's someone else came up and go, I just love that she's confronting all these people. But
So do
just
you get that feistiness from your mom or your dad?
both of them. They were both feisty. They were both good fighters. Well, my father was from San Luis Potosi, Mexico. So when my grandfather, the doctor, brought them over here in the 50s, And right away, he was being bullied because he couldn't speak English. And he was being bullied. He was getting in fights every day, and he'd come back and he'd get in trouble because his clothes were torn. He was bloody, and my grandmother would punish him for getting into fights. But then he'd go back, get into another fight, and he would fight and fight. And he was also small.
Ah.
He was a small build because it was a medical problem actually that later on he grew. And but he was very thin and small, but he learned to fight, and he fought really good. My mom was from Oregon, and she was a little toughy fighter also. And she was an army brat, so they were always traveling. And so, she would be the new kid that was being challenged. Oh, the power just went out. Wow. Yeah, a lot of lightning here.
Oh, Lord.
Ooh.
Spooky, it's raining. Anyway, but so
Popcorn in a
she was
movie.
I know, so she was a real toughie too, and so they taught us like that. Oh, they met in Japan,
Oh, wow.
Oh.
fell in love. They got married in Japan, and then they made me in Japan. Made in Japan.
I think they're turning.
Oh,
I always say
wow.
my father wanted a Sony, but he got a girly.
Aw.
But they rushed back here, and I was born in San Antonio, Texas.
Well, I think that part of
Wow.
that toughness and that background is maybe part of why you're still very relevant in Tejano music.
Yeah, I guess you do have to be a fighter. You do
Yeah,
have to be, or
yeah,
just stand, not like Bellionera, but just stand up for
Stand
yourself.
your
That's
grounds.
all. Yeah,
yeah.
Stand your grounds.
I have to say, I had never met you before. I did see you once when I was a kid when you were performing at Fiesta Texas. I was
yes.
so in awe of you. I was like, no way. Wow, she's performing and you were singing in Spanish. And like I said, my dad, was a musician. But all of the audience was Spanish speaking as well. But there you were performing and that's what I remember most of all, watching the audience of all races, of every,
Nationalities. Yeah,
nationality you could imagine watching Patsy Torres perform, and that really struck me, and I was awed by it, and I talk to us about that era in your life.
that was I performed there for 10 years, and what I would do is we mixed up a little bit of everything because, like you said, it was people from Germany, which they're still friends of ours now. Germany and Turkey and Japan and Russia. I mean, all people from all over the world would go there. So I would mix the music, and then I would always do Tejano, but I would explain it. I would explain just a little bit of history, and then I would explain the music the way it was. I would talk about the instrumentation, and we'd be doing the dancing, and I'd teach them to cumbia. So I was teaching people from all over the world to cumbia for 10 years.
So awesome.
5 shows a day.
So you are international ambassador for Tejano music.
Yes, which is,
Yes.
and then we made history when we were the first artists to perform Tejano music on national and international television.
Wow.
The first. And I
Very
was like,
cool.
how is that possible? Well, what happened was when a Tejano artist had a chance to be on national television, they didn't do Tejano music.
Um,
They
yeah.
did English.
Yes.
And I did Abrázame on the CBS SeaWorld special. And it was the first time they had seen seen a Tejano song. So then I did International Star Search, and I explained what Tejano music was and performed it. That was the second time. And then I don't know that if it's been played on, if anyone has done it since then, even on national. Well, I think so. Yeah, probably. Since then, I think some Tejano band has done something on national English, national
Yes.
international TV. Because of course it was on Spanish, but never in English.
And that and
Wow.
that's what struck me, that and they weren't walking away, they were sitting there, they were watching you, considering that they were all from different backgrounds. Everybody was sitting there listening to Patsy Torres, and
Oh, it
that
was
struck
jam
me
packed.
most. Yes.
All our shows were jam packed. I remember people standing in the back, sitting in the aisles, and they would come back, especially if they saw us in the first show, they'd come back for the second show and the third show. And they come and see us at every show. And this lady was telling me, we could be any part of the park and we could hear you start. And my kids would be, hurry,
Oh.
Patsy started, hurry. And they'd be yanking them, let's go. Because they wanted to dance cumbia with me, and they wanted to do a grito with
Oh.
me. And, just Those are beautiful, beautiful times. Those 10 years.
Yes. And and I want to thank you for making that a positive impression on me, because uh there had there were times when I'm the type of person, I realize this about myself, that even since I was a kid, I was watching a movie and I'd stay till the end of the credits and watch it. Anybody else do that, or just me? Watching the credits to see if there's any Spanish names that come up as part of what I just watched. It's just me, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Me too.
always looking for that, I guess, that we were,
Mentorship.
yeah, no, that knowing that we were part of something. I mean, I knew there had to be, if there was a movie filmed in California, there's going to be Mexican some part and somewhere in the
Yeah.
production, and I just always felt that we were part of the fabric of what this nation is, but
Yeah.
not necessarily getting recognized for it. So that really struck me, and I want to thank you for that. And then I got to tell you this. I
Uh-oh.
met you for the first time at that Elvira Cavazos event,
Oh, yes.
Antonio. And I saw you there and I was starstruck and I was like, oh my God, that's Patsy Torres. I didn't want to even come up to you. But then I saw a buddy of mine, she was like all chit chatting with you. I was like, yo también voy a ir. And you were so gracious and so humble, considering, because in my eyes, in my heart, you're just a giant. You really are, not only for your musical background, but for your educational background as well, and how you've successfully meshed both of them together and still be
Thank you.
relevant. So I want to thank you for that. And if anybody
Oh.
comes up, me too. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, they don't get you on your bad side. But I want to thank you for being so nice to
Don't
me.
make me mad. Don't make me mad.
Just don't get on the wrong side. So no, that was awesome.
Thank
I've
you.
got a question from George Vences. He says, you earned your PhD while touring and trailblazing as a female Tejano artist. When you are speaking to students, what is the one piece of advice you tell them to help them balance their passion with their education? Good question, Mr. Vences.
Yes. Well, education is so important. Even if you're going to want to be a musician, any career you get into, you need to get background on it. Because in fact, once I finally accepted I was going to be a singer, I said, I went and got singing lessons, because I used to lose my voice because I was singing a lot of rock and stuff and screaming and singing incorrectly. So whatever your passion is, whatever your career is going to be, get study and education behind it, but not just in that genre, but also so that you can handle your business. Like now I can write contracts. I can read contracts like a lawyer. I understand all of that, because I had to learn that. And a lot of that was the education. So I always tell the kids, or even if they're not kids, if they want to go into this, get that education behind you, get that business sense behind you so that you can be successful. Look at these big stars like Willie Nelson and MC Hammer that got ripped off because they trusted someone else with their finances and their business.
Yeah.
So you want to know everything about what you're doing. Learn something about that.
That's
And
great advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say a quick shout out to Gil Jimenez, who's out here. He says, Patsy,
Yeah.
saludos and bendiciones.
Ay.
Norma La Chicana. Thank you. And also to, of course, Tejano TV, Tejano TV, guys, just so you know, I'm sure they have your video on. If you haven't tuned into Tejano Television, they play everybody. They've got the oldies, they've got the newbies, and
Yeah.
everybody in between. Go to Tejano Television and watch them. Mas Chingon Radio has shut down, but I think that just means that door closed because this bigger door is opening up for them. So
Yeah,
saludos.
that was crazy when I found that. Oh,
I know. But
But God has great plans for them too.
exactly. That's what I
Yes.
well, yes. It's not a bad thing. I think it's a good
One
thing.
door closes, another door opens.
Amen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly how that works. So yeah. Well, we're going on almost an hour here with Dr. Patsy Torres.
Time
Anything?
flies.
So let me just go to your song that you have, because like I mentioned, you have been successful and relevant both in your educational journey as well as your musical journey. And you just recorded something, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Talk to us about that.
It's called Soy Tuya, which of course is I'm yours. And it's my love letter to my fans, my friends, my family, my husband. And it's the kind of song that you would want to dedicate to someone you really love. So it's my love letter to all of you. I thank you. It's written by Beto Ramon, who's a very famous
Ah,
songwriter,
awesome songwriter.
produced by Gilbert Velasquez, also another
Nice.
very famous producer. And
That's right.
so I'm very proud of it. And I'm going to have it as the title of the new album. It'll be coming out in about a month. So looking forward to that. A lot of good surprises on that album coming out too, because
Awesome.
everything on there has a reason for being there.
Oh,
Oh,
interesting. All right.
Mhm.
Well, let's listen to your song. Let's see if I can get it on stage here. Here we go.
Stage.
Soy tuya.
Soy tuya y mi amor es para ti. Y siempre a tu lado estaré. Ante Dios confieso que yo siempre te amaré. Soy tuya. Tú sabes que me tienes en tus manos desde la primera vez que nos amamos. Juré que tuyo era mi querer. Soy tuya, eres mi amante y eres mi amigo. Me gusta hacer el amor contigo. Y cuando dices que soy tu mujer, soy tuya. Puedes hacer tus sueños conmigo. Solo una cosa, mi amor, te pido que nunca me dejes de querer. Soy tuya, me gustan tus palabras bonitas. Cuando me dices que me necesitas y que te mueres por volverme a ver. Soy tuya. Soy tuya, eres mi amante y eres mi amigo. Me gusta hacer el amor contigo. Y cuando dices que soy tu mujer, soy tuya. Puedes hacer tus sueños conmigo. Solo una cosa, mi amor, te pido que nunca me dejes de querer. Soy tuya, me gustan tus palabras bonitas. Cuando me dices que me necesitas y que te mueres por volverme a ver. Soy tuya, que no puedes ver. Mi amor, soy tuya, tuyo es mi querer. Soy tuya.
That was
Beautiful
beautiful,
song.
the awesome
Thank
Patsy
you.
Torres.
Beautiful.
Yes, that is awesome. All right. So Alberto Resendez is talking in with our data. We have topped 8,000 listeners on La Jefa Jam and Oldies. That's just one. And old school. Congrats, Norman Gigi, and new best for you too. Woohoo. And saludos, of course, to all our troqueros out there because that's why we have the Trucking On with New Rolas because
Wow.
actually come in and said that they look forward to listening to Norma and Gigi on Giras y Desveladas. So Trucking On
Oh,
with New Rolas is a segment specially dedicated to them because they're out there on the road waiting on Sunday 2
Yes.
p.m. to hear our
hello to them then, and safe
yes,
travels. Safe travels.
safe travels. We love you guys y que siempre los cuide Diosito que wherever you are because without you
Yes.
guys, this, year,
Everything shuts down.
everything
Yeah.
shuts down. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And saludos again, of course, to La Jefa Jam and Oldies with Alberto Resendes. Saludos to Sirius Tejano. We also simulcast us on Live 365.
Oh yes,
And
hi.
yes, saludos. And then we have, of course, Tejano TV, who's out there,
Yeah.
getting
On
bigger and
TV.
better every day. We have what I think they've boasted over 6 million views already now on Tejano TV. So onward and upward with them, and so proud to be part of Tejano TV as
Congratulations.
well. Yes, and of course, always on Facebook and Gigi La Chicana Guerrero and Giras y Desveladas. Of course, on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, pícale, and subscribe. Right. So we are. Any plans for videos for any of your music, Miss Patsy?
Yes. Yes, planning to do video for Soy Tuya, and one of the other songs that, like I said, is going to be a little surprise. There's going to be a video on that one also.
Awesome.
And those are
Wee.
always fun. Those are always
Yes.
fun.
Yes. Well, of course, you're always welcome. Me podcast is Sue podcast. Whenever you got new releases, hit us
Where
up.
do they find your music?
Oh, of course, it's on all the platforms, but we prefer, and I always say this all the time, if you really want to support us artists and all your artists, go to their websites. That's where you need to buy the music. That's where you need to download the music. Because if you buy it off of Spotify, Apple, we get fractions of pennies on the dollar.
Yes. Yes.
And
There's like
you can have a
0.001.
million streams and it's like it's barely anything. But if you go to our websites and download, we actually make a few cents.
Ah, that is great advice for any
Yes.
artists that are out there. And guys, go to the Tejano Artist. This is just going to be a plug for one of the pages that we built. Tejano Artist Playbook page. There's links to how to become your own 501c3, links to how to have your own LLC, templates for how to ask for sponsorship, templates on how to get, if you're an independent artist, and a template on how to send out your music to distribute your own music to radio stations. And that is the way us at Giras y Desveladas try to help the artist, because Norma's husband is an artist. I'm an artist. We know what it's like, and we know how difficult it is. And if we have any information we can share with anybody, we do. We're not gatekeeping anything. This time on this earth is so short that why not give?
And what is that website again?
It's a Facebook page called Tejano Artist Playbook page.
Very good.
Yes. And so all of you are welcome. Also, how to become a Latin Grammy voter,
That's important.
Yes, that's important. The more of us, and also a link how to have your own podcast. I have the link to StreamYard, and you can start your own
Good
podcast.
for you. Well, I'm on the advisory board of the Grammys, so I'm always trying to get people to join and become members, and so they need to be doing it now because they're going to accept them. Well, right now they missed the deadline,
Missed
but
the deadline, yeah.
yeah, but
The next one.
So when is
Yeah.
the next deadline? That's where me and Gigi we
it's
end up missing
it's
it.
always every June. Well, every June is when they announce the new ones, so the deadline was a few months ago.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we talked about this last year. Norman and I we need to get on that Latin Grammy. I know, and that's when we even started the Tejano Artist Playbook page to help everybody. Right? We put the link in there. Also, get registered with the Texas Music Office as well. Just hung out with Steve Ray from the Texas Music Office this yesterday. Awesome, the conjunto competition in Harlingen. Oh my gosh, all these young kids, so talented. Oh, I was so impressed and so hopeful. There's the the amount of talent out there just waiting to be heard and just waiting to play for everybody was just amazing. But yeah, back
Think
to
about it. Think about it. There's Tejano bands in Japan and
Yep.
Sweden, and they're playing accordion. I mean, in
yes,
And they're
China, in
singing our
China.
songs
Yes, they're
yes,
singing in
big time.
Spanish and they're singing our songs. So, we're international.
yes, 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 and we need to keep it up. And like I always say, let's flood the market. Let's flood the market with the Tejano podcast. Let's flood the market with our music. Let's flood the market. Until so we cannot be. They just can't ignore us anymore. That's my idea.
It's
You
thanks
know,
to you guys because the big radio stations were killing Tejano. They were killing it
Yeah.
because what happened was when Tejano was going so great and Mexico saw this, they saw, wow, there's a big market. These
there's
they're
something going on here.
making
Yeah.
money. So they came in and they started paying for their artists to be played.
Yeah.
And they started getting played instead of us.
Yes.
And we started hearing Limite and Bronco and all these other and I really liked their music.
Exactly.
A lot of the young kids didn't. They were like, I don't like that. So
Yeah.
they changed the channel and they went to hip hop, pop, country,
Right.
and that's
That
how they.
right there, what you talked about, you just described what, in a nutshell, what
Mhm.
happened to Tejano music. And it is it's not until, and okay, terrestrial radio is not playing Tejano, not so much. Fine. We have the whole world at our fingertips with the internet.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Because
we'll
when do you listen to the regular radio? Actually, just in the car.
just in the car when you're driving.
Otherwise, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
you all brought it back, or I don't want to say brought it back. You kept it alive.
Yes.
Because it was always there. There's still people. Oh, Tejano's dead. I go. Well, I guess I'm a ghost then. Boo. Boo.
No, no. And thank you for keeping yourself relevant, and you just keep reinventing yourself, and you're just awesome. This has been such an awesome show. I'm so
you.
happy, so glad.
I'm so happy to do this with you girls. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
time,
you.
I
Appreciate it.
just hope anybody who didn't know who Dr. Patsy Torres is, look her up. Dr. Patsy
Look her
Torres,
up.
PatsyTorres.com.
PatsyTorres.com.
Yes, and go
Are
in
you
there.
gonna be in Las Vegas at all for the
No.
nope.
No.
So
Actually,
when are you
right now we're
playing?
having Fiesta in San Antonio.
Okay.
So there's
So
all kinds of stuff going on for the next 2.5 weeks. I just started last night.
When isn't something going on in San Antonio?
Oh no, but Fiesta's crazy. It's like every day.
Oh
Every
my
day.
goodness.
There's
so
no
are you gonna
breaks.
be performing out there at all anywhere
Oh
in the
yeah.
area?
But I was just performing last night. That's what I was saying. I wish I had my headband last night. So I'm doing a bunch of the Fiesta Festival. I do for the last 9 years, I've been doing something called Senior Fiesta, where I perform it's at this giant mall and I perform for all these seniors
Oh,
and
that's
they bust them
cool.
in and they want to sing and dance on stage with me. They're adorable. They're like children. They're adorable. And then I'm going to be performing what's called Battle of the Bands, and it's at our Alamo Stadium. It's a giant stadium, and I used to play in my trumpet when I was in school. Because
Oh,
it's something they do every year during Fiesta. Because all of the schools are out there and you're on the field performing. Well, this year there's going to be 4,000 students, all these different schools, and I'm going to be singing in the middle of that.
Very
My one
cool.
voice and
wow.
4,000 instruments. But I never
That's
thought
gonna
one
be
day when I was
cool.
there on my horn that I'd be out there singing because they never did that before. They never had a singer out there before. So
That's
and
awesome.
I'm singing Journey.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
don't stop believing.
Don't stop believing. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Norma, I hate to wrap this up, but I gotta eat breakfast.
I know. Hey, I skipped breakfast and I am
I
hungry.
had breakfast.
Good job. So Norma, any parting words?
Yeah, it was a pleasure. I wish I would have met you better at the gala, but I'm glad that we had this time together. And
I'm
you
glad
know
to.
what? Man, God blessed you with being a great mentor.
Oh, thank you.
Seriously. And keep up the great work that you're doing in striving in your journey as well, because you're not done healing people.
Thank you. The same to you for what you guys are doing. Thank you for what you're doing. So I call myself an edutainer
Yeah, I love that. That's so cool.
because I
You're
educate and I
welcome.
entertain. So I do
Yeah.
edutainment.
I
So,
love that. Parting words, Dr. Patsy Torres.
well, I want to thank you, girls. Thank you
Thank you.
for having me. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for the promotion. Thank you for what you do for this whole genre and for just people in general. Like you said, the truckers are listening and they're important to us, and to me, they're risking their lives every single day.
Yes,
And
yes.
so we thank them, and to all the people that were tuning in. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I want to thank my band members, thank my husband, thank my family, and I thank God because He's gotten me through the hardest times. And when people say, "Hey, what are your plans for the future?" I always say it's in God's hands.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He comes up with stuff sometimes that I never would have dreamed I would be doing, like being a singer. But this is something He wanted me to do, and He gave me the opportunity to get my degree through a scholarship. He did that. He
Uh-huh.
wanted that. So I'm so thankful. Everything, my faith is my foundation. And that's what kept me strong morally, also morals and values. And that's what you need to hold on to. My
Most
advice is
definitely.
hold on to those morals and values. Never think you have to give them up.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well,
God bless all of you.
yes.
And
Oh
God
my
bless you.
Thank you.
all I can say is that we're so blessed to have had you here. We're so blessed to have you as a pillar to our genre, honestly, and somebody to look up to. And
Thank you.
anybody that's even thinking about going into the industry, welcome, come on in, because
Yes.
there's people like Dr. Patsy Torres that can guide you and tell you, this it's okay, and avoid this and avoid that. And how lucky are we to have you as representing us
Yes.
as females, us as Tejanas, us as a genre? I just think that is such a blessing. And
Thank you.
I just love the fact that you're also educated for somebody that thinks, oh, they're just an artist. No, we're educated too. So
Yeah.
I think you're just the whole ball of wax all together, well-rounded. Yes, very well-rounded individual, not just in your ears, you know. So we appreciate you. We love you, Dr. Patsy
Thank
Torres.
you.
Keep up the
Yes.
awesome work. Diosito te bendiga siempre.
Igualmente.
Para
Yes.
siempre.
And
Yeah.
Gracias.
and let us know when you're coming back, and we're here for you.
I will. Thank you so much. And I know you're there for everybody. Again, God bless you, girls.
Have a
Bye.
Besitos.
blessed
Guys.
one. Thank
Bye
Bye.
you.
Thank you
bye.
for everybody coming in. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
La luz del troque aluzaba el camino, era de noche y estaba llovido. Qué noche tan fría. Y el motor iba acelerado, haciendo ritmo con el radio. Ya vamos llegando llegando. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto manejar sin fin. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto manejar. Una muchacha que estaba en la parada se me acercó, quería que me la llevara. Casi era una niña. Oiga, mesera, sirva café caliente y no se tarde, que mi troca me espera pa' seguir la corriente. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto manejar sin fin. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto manejar. La luz del troque aluzaba el camino, era de noche y estaba llovido. Qué noche tan fría. Y el motor que iba acelerado hacía ritmo con el radio. Ya vamos llegando. La vida se me va a acabar de tanto manejar